Hello and welcome to Today in History for February 18th. I'm Michael Powell. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite authors. On February 18th of 1885, Mark Twain published his famous and famously controversial novel, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Twain, the pen name of Samuel Clemens, first introduced Huck Finn as his best friend of Tom Sawyer, hero of the tremendously successful novel The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. And yes, I've read them both. Though Twain saw Huck's story as a kind of a sequel to his earlier book, the new novel was far more serious, focusing on the institution of slavery and other aspects of the life in the antebellum South. At the book's heart is the journey of Huck and his friend Jim, a runaway enslaved person, down the Mississippi River on a raft. Jim runs away because he's about to be sold and separated from his wife and children, and Huck goes with him to help him get to Ohio and freedom. Huck narrates the story in his distinctive voice, offering colorful descriptions of the people and places they encounter along the way. The most striking part of the book is the satirical look at racism, religion, and other social attitudes of the time. While Jim is strong, brave, generous, and wise, many of the white characters are portrayed as violent, stupid, or simply selfish, and the naive Huck ends up questioning the hypocritical, unjust nature of society in general. Even in 1885, 2 decades after the Emancipation Proclamation and the end of the Civil War, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn landed with a splash. A month after the publication, a Concord, Massachusetts library banned the book, calling its subject matter tawdry and its narrative voice coarse and ignorant. Other libraries followed suit, beginning a controversy that continued long after Twain's death in 1910. In the 1950s, the book became under fire from African American groups for being racist and a portrayal of black characters, despite the fact that it was seen as by many as a strong criticism of racism and slavery. As recently as 1998, an Arizona parent sued her school district, claiming that making Twain's novel required school reading made already existing racial tensions even worse. Aside from its controversial nature and its continuing popularity with young readers, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn has been hailed by many as serious literary critics as a masterpiece. No less a judge than Ernest Hemingway famously declared that the book marked the beginning of the American literature. There was nothing before, and there has been nothing as good since. And yes, as I said, I've read both books and enjoyed them both. For Today in History, I'm Michael Powell. Join me again tomorrow, won't you? And see what YouTube brings on that date. Till then, check out this.